section 2 of the Baglama for beginners introductory stuff, where I'm going more into tips. So even if you're beyond beginner, there might be some things you'll learn here. One thing, I don't know, I remember if I covered this in the first video, is pronunciation of the name Baglama. It's, it looks like it's called Baglama, but it's got a funky G in there, this Turkish G. I don't even know how to pronounce it right. Most, I think, people cannot pronounce it if they don't speak Turkish or have difficulty pronouncing it. So you can just forget about that G and just say Baglama. That's the closest you'll get to it. That's one thing I had to ask a friend that speaks Turkish. You'll see, like when I was looking for strings, for example, there's long neck and there's short neck. So if you get short neck strings for a long neck, they're not going to fit. And there's a price difference. Uzun sap. I'll write these words in the description below because I have no idea if I'm pronouncing them right. But uzun sap means long neck, which this is a short neck. Here is a long neck. I mean, this has guitar-style tuning pegs, but that's just a weird thing on this one. Normally, I have another one with normal kind of pegs like this one. So they're short and long. And you see there's a little bit difference. Short neck has like 19 frets. This one has, I think, I can't remember, 23 or something. I have to count again. I'll be doing a video separately on the differences between the two, but you're playing the same as far as when I'm going over in this stuff. Kisa sap means short neck. So if you're looking for strings, sometimes that's the only way you're going to know those words. Or if you're looking up different videos that are in Turkish, you can get an idea of what it is. It's not super easy to just look at one and tell, is that short neck or long neck? Or on some videos they have like, where I'm learning, like, I could learn some cool stuff, but it's all in Turkish, and they're only showing like this much of the Baglama, so I cannot tell what it is. Alright, so there's like some other terms you'll probably start to learn. Some you'll forget, like the picks. I can't remember now. It's like mizrab. There's another word for it too. Strings, I think, are called telly. I think that means strings, plural. Tel, I think, is singular. I'm not sure. I don't speak Turkish. I'm still trying to learn German. First thing I'd tell you to do once you get your Baglama is you'll probably, unless you've got a weird one, you're going to notice there's like no kind of fret markers. On guitars we have like these dots to tell us there's like fret 3, there's 5, there's 7, there's 9, there's 12. So you don't have to count down the spaces, because once you're counting up to like past 8, it takes a long time. What I'd recommend, what I did on this one, because on another one I put pieces of tape to mark a scale. I used just some black electrical tape. It worked fine. It doesn't ruin the finish, and you can take them off if you want and they stay on fine. You can do something like a Sharpie, which is going to be more permanent. It'll probably wear off after a while. But what I did is just put some masking tape, not on all of them, but just like periodically down the neck, where I marked like fret 8, I marked fret 12, and I marked 17. That's an important one because that's where the notes start over again. So you see that 17 is a higher pitched note of the open string, where I'm not holding anything. So those are important ones, especially higher up you go. You don't need to put number on every single fret. That is just, it's going to be overwhelming for your eyes and get you in a habit of looking too much. You just want like sections so you know approximately where you're at. That's going to make a big difference. With some classical guitars, they also do that where there's no fret markers, and I find it annoying. There's a pro to it that you will memorize it without looking, but if you switch guitars and it's a different scale length, it's not going to do you much good. Those drive me crazy. I've seen a couple videos where people had like the fret markers here, and that was like cool, because when you're watching someone play, it's easier to tell where they're playing. Normally you're not going to hold it like that to look at it though. So you want them on the top portion of the side of your neck that you can see when you're holding it. Alright, so that is the first thing I would do, because why not? It's making life a lot easier. Now, the types of Baglamas, I already said there's short neck, there's long neck, and I'm going to do a video on that separately. And there's also electric. There's some with they're like electric guitar pickups in there. And same thing, they play the same. You can just plug them into an amp. I have one here that's electric acoustic. It's got a piezo pickup inside of it. And it also works, They sound better microphoned if you have a good mic. But that's also a pretty cool option to have. A piezo pickup is super cheap. You can buy them, or you can, if you know how to solder, you can make one from like a few dollars in parts. You need like an instrument cable and a little piezo buzzer. You can buy at Radio Shack, for example, that's installed in most smoke detectors. It's like they cost $1 maybe. It's super easy. Look it up on YouTube. You can figure out how to make one, and they'll pick up anything. The only problem with the piezo pickup is like when you're plucking on a bağlama, at first, for me it drives me crazy, is the strings are so close to the soundboard of the face of the body, you're going to hit that a lot. So with this rubber pick, you won't hear it so much. You'll still hear it, but you won't hear it so much. If you try to use a guitar pick, you will definitely hear it. And a guitar pick is much too hard for the strings. I do play with one sometimes, I have to admit, and I have in the past. You have to pluck. It was super light, though. And I'd love to have someone give me find a place to buy a pick like this shape that's made out of rubber. That would be awesome for me, because these plectrums are still like a learning curve for me. But it's a different sound. When I use a guitar pick, it's a lot more, it's harsher. Unless I pluck super soft. And even then, it's still a different sound. So I would suggest sticking to this one, just getting used to it, because that's gonna, that's what they're made for. If you're new to the instrument, depends on how you got inspired to pick one up or interested in one. Some people have just said, "Oh, I just saw that video of you playing it, and I looked them up, and they're awesome." Yeah, they have a really cool, distinct sound. We do have, which I mentioned in the first video, these microtonal notes, these notes in between notes that are not in most Western music. So it helps to listen to some music that you can kind of get acquainted with and you get inspired by and get ideas for or try to learn. There's tons of stuff. I mean, what I found recently is like if you use Spotify, just type in Baglama Saz playlist and you'll find tons of artists playing bağlama. So you can pick and choose what you like. Then we can get some more like rock or Western music that incorporates it. So I wrote down a few here just off the top of my head. I'll put them also in the description below. Some to check out. One is Omar Faruk. He's he's a well-known Turkish artist that's playing traditional stuff. So that is worth checking out. You'll hear a lot of bağlama in his music. Another one is King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. Funny band name, I know. But awesome music. They have a specific album called Flying Microtonal Bananas. And check that one out. It's like a electric guitar that they modified the fretboard to play like a Baglama Saz. And they use those microtonal notes extremely well. They have awesome music. They have a million albums, but that one in particular has a lot of those microtones. And worth checking out to get ideas from it. I think I will be doing a cover and like a tutorial how to play it very soon of one of their songs. It's called Sleep Drifter. Check it out. Another one, it's also a weird band, but same thing. They're using like this electric bağlama and also some very other cool instruments. It's Secret Chiefs 3. Check them out. Then there's like some more, like there's the Anatolian rock, and it's from like the 70s, and it's really cool stuff. There's Boris Menko. I'm going to definitely be doing a tutorial walkthrough of how to play one of his songs called Nick the Chopper. And another kind of Anatolian rock, I guess, would be Ozric Tentacles. Some of their stuff is more electronic, but yeah, you hear their scale system and how they incorporate those microtonal notes when you listen to this music, and you get more ideas. And also you can hear riffs where, hey, I want to learn that, and you figure it out. Or if you're lucky, you can ask me to show you, and I might do a video of how to play it. YouTube's a wormhole. Once you start looking these things up, you see suggestions, you find other stuff. So yeah, when you listen to the music, it will help. It does definitely help. Because, I mean, I get this still. It's when I'm playing this instrument and I have people that are, even from Greece, because there is a Greek version of the bağlama, but they'll say, yeah, you play it okay, but you have a very Western way of playing it, the note system I'm using. So it's one of those things I'm still learning. I mean, this instrument it's a hobby instrument for me, I should say. It's one I'm still learning, and I'm like any instrument, but I'm still like more in the beginner phase, I guess you could say. I'm still trying to figure out more and more how to like incorporate those cool microtonal notes without making them sound terrible and out of tune. It is tricky, but it's, if you just stick to your safe zone and playing the 12 note system, you'll never learn it. I'll do a third video on going over a few exercises just for someone that's just beginning, just for the plectrum, for the pick, and for the fretting hand. And other than that, you'll find a lot of other videos on my channel going through demonstrations, and I'll be doing quite a bit because I'm kind of in this mood lately to just play this instrument a lot. So as I do it, as I'm learning, I'm showing. You'll see in my older videos, there's some stuff I do not do properly. As long as you enjoy it, doesn't matter. My goal was not to learn how to play it perfectly traditional and that stuff. It was just to incorporate it in my music and be able to pick it up and enjoy playing it. I like the sound of it. That's all I need. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, hit that bell notification. As I said, there's a lot of new videos that are going to be coming up, so you won't miss those. And share the video. I do also do lessons on this instrument through Skype or video call. So if you're interested in one of those, just contact me. I'll put my email address in the description below, or drop a comment and your email address and I'll get back to you. That's it. We'll get into part 3 next.